Okay, so I want to do a section on your how to improve your income per turn, because I think that's something that really a lot of people have confusion on. So let's take a look at how we improve our income per turn. So right now we're sitting at income of 39.85 next turn. How do we improve that? Well, there's a couple ways. For turn one, right now we're looking at our different regions. What's our growth in regions each turn? So right now Sweden has 1 and Finland has -6, Estonia has -3, Ingrid has -8. So that's not very good. And this is with me dropping the taxes for lower classes as well. That doesn't have an effect on your income, as you will see, as far as your growth. What would affect the lower classes, just real quickly, dropping your lower classes, what this is going to affect is this going to help improve your population. It's down here. So dropping your tax on lower class is going to affect your growth on population. Okay, so you can see how that changes it based on that. So right now we're losing population because of food shortages. But if we're looking at growth like we are right now, to increase your growth, if you drop taxes on your nobility, this is how you're going to generate more income. So let's take a look at what that did. You got 8 for Sweden, -1 for Finland, 2 now for Estonia and Livonia, -4 for Ingrid. Okay, so you can see how that affects it. And if you drop it all the way down, you get 12, 1, 5, and -2. Obviously, you're not going to be able to do that necessarily turn one, but as you start getting to a comfortable income level, you can look at playing with your taxes for your upper class, dropping them a level to help out with that. But there's other ways you can improve your growth per turn. Let's take a look at that. Enlightenment predicted is 1. So let's see what we can do to get that higher. Predicted education is 1.2 is what they're predicting. Let's take a look at our research and technology. What we do is by researching empiricism, that's where we're getting it predicted, because we are in the process of researching that. So that's why it's predicted. So once we have that research done, we're going to get 1 per turn growth on that research that we're doing right now. Plus, we're going to get an extra here for education. So that's our population being educated. We get a point for that. So it's almost like a double. Some other things you do while you're researching tech, you're obviously each tech you do for philosophy is going to give you more per turn town wealth. So that is a bonus. So you get another one on this one. This one you actually get 2, and most of the ones you do from this point on from the second level are going to give you 2. This one actually gives you 3. This one gives you 3, 4. You can see how it jumps up, and then you get 6 as you go down. Blah blah blah. You get the picture. So this is how you're going to get a lot of per turn wealth, is by doing your philosophy. So that's going to give you growth per turn from your research. Now, let's look at it from the standpoint of just building buildings. So if we take a look here, our roads, of course, we're getting 3. So how can we improve roads? Obviously, improving the cobbled roads give us 4 per turn wealth. Right now, we're sitting at 3. So once we get this research, that'll bring this up to 4. Sadly, it doesn't give you 4. I used to think that, but it doesn't. So that, once you get that done, will give you another actual point here, as long as these do not go up. We always must keep that in mind. Once you have enlightenment done, that gives you 1 there and 1 here. So that's 2 you get, plus once you finish this road, that gives you 3. So that will jump this up to 4 per turn wealth. Now, also, you got these buildings here like craft workshops. Right now, you're sitting at, it generates you 600 per turn wealth. So that adds to here. It's already been added into that number, into here. And then you also get 6 per turn wealth in the region. So that's added right here. That's part of that. You get we got other buildings that are contributing to that. Once we build this up, we get an additional 2 because we already had the 6. Now we get an additional 2. So I'll put this one up to 15. So it gives us an extra 2 added to that. So you can see how we'll generate more wealth there. And as you build up your other buildings, as you get them, there's a couple other buildings. Like here's where our other one's coming from. Sorry. You get it from here. And as you build this one up, because this one is growing, you get more of a bonus. This one's growing as well. I'm sorry. But as they're wealthy, such as or prosperous, those jump up your levels. You're also looking at the difference. Actually, let me table that discussion. That's going to be a different video. Now, your ports also give you per turn wealth. So right now, because we have a port that goes into our industry, and that's given us a point there as well. Once we increase to here, we'll get 3 turn wealth. So you can see how you can improve this number and then start generating extra on top of, and this is, again, I want to stress this, this is on top of, when you complete this, you get 375 wealth added to the region as well. So, unfortunately, you're already getting 250, so it's not the full 375 like it seems. It's only going to be the difference. So it's 125 extra is going to be here once you complete this. So that stacks on top of it. This is how you grow your regions up. Now, it might not seem like a great deal, but trust me, later in the campaign, you can get this to where it's generating a lot. Let me show you an example. All right, now let's take a look at our income in this. Now, I'm 48 turns into this campaign. Right now, my income is $79.83. But the reason is because I've dropped my tax levels all the way down to the lowest level. And I'm still generating $79.83. So why do I have both of these levels so low? Let's take a look at that. I've got the lower class low, so I can improve my population growth so that I can build up these towns. So I'm almost completed all my towns for my regions. I'm on the last towns to be developed for each region. And there you can see where they're at before they are completed. Some of them already have completed all their towns. But that helps me get to where I can build my towns. The towns, once they're completed, I can build up industrial buildings and so to help improve my wealth. I've got taxes all the way to the lowest level. And the reason I have that is because I'm boosting up my growth per turn. So right now you can see dropping it down as low as I have it, I have 45 extra per turn being added. And you can see I'm already to 10,614 of extra growth being put towards my wealth. All those regions are getting this added and stacked on each and every turn, which is quite nice. It's helping me build up my economy. Now, if I was to shift my economy or my taxes up because I need some money, you can see my public order is still okay. I've just taken these 2 regions. That's why they're public orders in the red. It's going to take time to get them converted. But you can see nobody else is rebelling. And let's see what my income is. Now I'm up to 16,000 per turn. Right now I don't need the extra money because I have a surplus of 10,000. And that's with me building buildings and adding armies and such as well. But I've got it down this low because I'm trying to get my economy grown up as much as possible. And that's going to improve me. Now, if I need to recruit armies or whatever, and I have a site that I know I'm going to need to get that done, then I increase my taxes so that the next turn I'll be able to have that. But you can see here, I'm sitting with 4 armies, only 1 artillery there, but I got 3 pretty good stacks of armies that I'm using here. Yeah, so I've got 3 pretty good sized stacks of armies that I'm using here to take over things, and it's working. This campaign's working out quite well. I'm growing quite rapidly. It's only 1723, and I'm sitting in an excellent financial situation here, and I don't think it could be any better at this point. Based on, well, I was actually up to, at one point in the campaign, I was up to about 80,000 in income, but I built up all my roads. So actually, I just got all my metal roads done for every single one of my regions. So that's helped increase my per turn wealth as well. Okay, so a couple things that I want to point out. So right now I have a fishery here as my port. And I got that because I'm trying to improve my, to where I can get this village done. And as you can see, I'm 2 turns away from that. So what am I going to do when I am finished building, or once those 2 turns are up and I'm able to add this other building right here? Well, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this building right here, which I'm generating 500 per wealth. I'm actually going to destroy that. That's going to drop that 500 off of here temporarily. But if we go to the building browser, what I'm going to do, because I'm not going to need population growth in this region any longer, I am then going to go and start building ports. And this, once I do the first level, that gives me 250. So that's half of what I was losing. But also now, which I wasn't getting before, I will start to get an extra turn wealth from this region, or from that town. Then I'm at the level where I can build up to this one. So this will build my wealth to 375. So I'm not gaining the wealth where I was at 500. I'm only at 375, but I am getting 3 per turn wealth now out of this town. So it's going to, in long term, be more beneficial to have this, because then once I'm at this level, I'm going to be matching that plus gaining 5 per town, and then to 625. So I have more growth potential by going this route. And also it adds an extra trade route to my nation. So that is important in its own right. But again, that's the things to balance. So sometimes, like for now, I'm building a fishing port here because I want to help boost this growth, because I'm still 31 turns away from getting to this town being built. And I want to get that one done as fast as possible. So I'm trying to speed up my economy so I can get myself to be a economical powerhouse, if you will. So once I have this last town built here, I can then destroy that and put a port. And then I'll be able to enjoy more income in the long term. So hopefully that this explanation is helpful. I just try to do this really quickly so that, because I got a lot of questions out there on this. So hopefully that helps. I will have some more economic discussions, economics 101s, coming very shortly, but I am going to break them down into sections. That way it's not too bogged down. So look forward to those coming soon. We'll see you on the next video. If you have questions about this, don't forget to hit that comment section below where we can discuss. And heck, there might even be somebody that has more knowledge than me out there. So we'll see you guys later. Thanks again, everybody.